Hello, Mr. Ranny Ducker, and welcome back for another video. Today I've got two replays for you in the dreaded Centurion AVRE, the most balanced tank in the game. Yeah, sarcasm. And we are on airfield. So we're going to go and try and push to the left-hand side at the start. This is where I kind of like to play. I like to get to the ridge at the start to see if I can get any damage on the cross to begin with. Work out where the enemy are playing, and then we can sort of adjust from there, where we need to. So this is a position just on the right hand side here, just this like little position here. You can sort of spot the spawn, and there's sometimes if anything gets caught out, you can get some nice early damage, and it's a nice, it's a good position to use at the start. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to push around here. We do see a few tanks spotted. Just don't quite have any shots here, but if that AVRE, enemy AVRE was spotted there, gets spotted again, we might be able to squeeze in a shot. And here we go, we aim a shot, and yeah, completely balanced. We hit his cupola for 1,300 damage. So decent start to the game. Yeah, I can only apologise. And now we're just going to wait for a reload to come around and see if we can get any more shots. And just going to have a quick check here. Obviously, with the gun depression on this tank, you don't only get one good degrees of gun depression over the front, so you do have to sort of shoot over the side of the tank to get your maximum 10 degrees of gun depression. So SU gets spotted here. We're going to take this chance because I think it's going to get shut down pretty early, so we don't fully aim it, and we do confirm our second kill of the game, and putting us on to 2,000 damage with our first two shots. So a decent start to the game, and it's going to be a little bit obvious at the beginning. We're just sort of using this position because shots keep coming for us, keep getting percentage for us. And yep, we get our third shot in, 3 shots, and we pick up another kill there for 3,200 damage. And yeah, so again, very decent start. You don't always get this fortunate from this position at the start, but it does happen. So that is why I like to quite use it. But as you can see, a lot of the enemy team are actually pushing towards our base. We've got an opportunity to shoot this SU here. Unfortunately, that time it does derp us because it is technically a derp gun. And yeah, we don't hit that shot, but we can't complain after the first couple of shots. We had a really decent start. But the enemy team have pushed into a position where I have shots into them from this location now. Again, we're going to go for the AV. We're sort of aiming for the top of the turret, because with the standard rounds, if you hit the cupola, as you see like it did in the first shot, you can actually pen the cupola with the standard penetration of 185. So you don't actually need the premium round to do that. Here, this Type 5 is broadside. We do actually swap to the premium rounds at 240 pen there to see if we could pen the side. It was never really going to happen. The Type 5 does have space armor on the side as well. But we do splash them, putting us into 4,000 damage. So I might have been better off using the standard rounds there to get a bit more splash damage in. But again, that Type 5 is in a position where we can shoot them. We're going to finish off the pattern, just confirm a kill there, giving us 3 kills and 4,200 damage. Still a fairly balanced game, but we are taking away a lot of the map controls. You see, our friendly team is making their way to the enemy base. So I'm just I've kind of just sat in the same spot all game, but pretty much every time I've been reloaded, I've had a shot. So I've had no real reason to move in this game. I'm on 5,000 damage, and as I say, every time I reload, there's a shot available for me. So we're just going to wait for this reload to come in, and then we're going to look for a shot. The enemy Type 5 is actually platooned with the Fun Police. It's just something we have to just bear in mind. And we're going to try and get a nice shot into Type 5. We do hit him in the turret for, I think, for over 500 there, side on, putting us into 5,000 damage. And I would like to kill that Type 5 if I could, because he's kind of got himself in a position where the friendly team don't really have shots at him without exposing himself. And I do have shots at him, if I can get that. But where he's pulling right in, it's making it a little bit awkward. I'm trying to wait for him to move out. The enemy AVRE gets spotted. We're going to take a shot here. Now, rather than, now we're going to reverse back so we can get into cover and go on to reload again, putting us into just shy of 6,000 damage. It's now 11 versus 9. We have started cap pressure in the enemy base. So I do need to start moving in to try and get a little bit more damage here. We're going to try and shoot the Type 5, but the one-shot AVRE comes in. Rather than back up there, I'm just going to go down this ridge so I can try and take care of this Type 5 now. He's on a potential, yeah, probably a two-shot splash to us at the moment. And we're going to see if we can try and pick up another kill. Use this ridge to try and get a shot in them. Obviously, I do have to expose myself a little bit here in order to get a shot onto them, because I've got to look over the side of my turret. But I have sort of kept my hit points, so I can afford to eat a shot. And we do get one in there, putting them onto a potential one shot to us if we roll high enough, but maybe a two shot, depending on how well we splash and what part of armour we're able to hit them on. But I still have full hit points, so I can afford to eat, you know, a shot off of this Type 5 if I need to, and I am going to try and trade it out to take care of him. We do get one in, but he does slap us for it, and pens us in the side there, putting us onto 800 hit points. So not ideal, but at this stage of the game, it was completely fine. I've got to get rid of the tank. Type 5 knows he can no longer stay safe there to me, and he's trying to move forward, but the Type is on a definite one shot to us now, unless something happens where I shoot his gun and it gets absorbed. It's almost certainly going to be a one shot to me, so I'm just waiting to see if I can get the opportunity. I don't really want to eat another shot. I don't want to risk him penning me. I just want to see if I can get a shot in here, and he is actually moving up, and he sort of presented us a shot. Pick up the kill, confirming our 5th kill, putting us under 7,400 damage, 300 assistance, only 3 tanks remaining. Enemy mouse, which we know is located, enemy TD, and the enemy fun police. So TD does get it doesn't get taken out. Yeah, it does get taken out now, and now it's just the enemy mouse and the fun police. I'm probably not going to be able to get to the enemy artillery, but I am going to try and take care of this mouse because it's in a location where it's not safe to us. It'll definitely eat one shot off of this mouse as well, so we can afford to eat one. Was trying to aim here at the lower plate just because we're trying to get a bit more splash damage, but I think I probably should have shot the turret there instead, hit the turret wall, because I didn't have a great angle at shooting it, and I hit sort of mainly the frontal armour there, and I don't do a lot of splash damage. But he's on like 300 hit points. We can one shot him here. He does sort of reverse back, and the lower plate is sort of very well presented to us, so we do get a shot in there, putting us under just shy of 8,000 damage, and confirming the top gun. Just one enemy tank remaining, the enemy artillery at the back, and yeah, we're not going to get there. We want to. It'd be nice if we did, because we could pick up the Devastator. But yeah, there we go. We end that first replay. So let's get to the scoreboard, see how we did, and we move on to the final replay of the video. So we get 6 kills, 8,000 damage, 300 assistance. We get the ace tanker. We get the high caliber. As you see, we're just trying to move on to get the 3 mark on this tank. And yeah, so that is it. So let's move on to the next replay. Okay, so here we are for the final replay on Canis. There is no enemy fun police in this game. There is one enemy light tank, and it is the encounter version of the game, so we don't necessarily have to worry about being capped out, particularly because the caps bang circle in the middle of the map. So it's going to be very awkward for a team to cap you out in this sort of game mode, which is nice. We're just going to try and get into a position so we can try and get into a battle. I'm suspecting there's going to be quite a few of them at the start come out of the town, just because of the way the map is spawned. So I'm going to head that way at the start, and just see what we spot, see what we find out, and then as always, you know, once you've got the intel, you can then start to make a decision on what you're going to do. So we're pushing over here. We do have a few teammates sort of going to the sort of sniper hill in the base if it was like a standard version, which is good. So it means we're going to get a bit of a crossfire, and we're just waiting to see if we can get any shots in here. We do get a decent start to the game, get a nice shot into the side of E100, just splashing him there for 544 damage. And now we're on reload. We're going to try and push forward. You see a lot of these tanks on the side are kind of in a crossfire. Well, I'll focus on our tanks on the hill, so I want to try and put them in a crossfire as we can. We don't really control the other side of the map. We do have a medium in the middle, which will give us somewhat information if enemy teams, if enemy team do come that way. But I'm going to try and push forward now to see if I can get any damage. I need to try and keep up this game. We spot an enemy Sturv. Oh, we don't fully aim it, and we just slap him for 1500 damage, leaving him on 4 hit points. It is brutal. This tank is brutal, and for the record, I don't agree with it. I do think it should be changed, but I was going to try and free market anyway. So yeah, I'm just sorry for that. But the Sturv is going to try and push forward, and we're going to try and get a shot in to finish him off. And we do finish him off for the remaining 4 hit points, picking up a kill, and yeah, onto 2000 damage there. So we do take all of the Sturv's hit points off of them in the end. We don't, like I say, we're kind of winning this area, but it's still fairly close, and we don't really have any control over the other side of the map. I'm just trying to push up now, just to see if I can spot, to see if there's any enemy team on the other side, because you see we don't really have any information. Don't particularly want to get snuck up on, so I'm just going to go to this hill. I don't have to worry about getting shot by the fun police. I'm just going to spot to see what we find, and we spot an enemy Conway who we definitely can pen. We bounce his shot, we slap him in, and we hit him for 1500 damage, putting us on to 3500. It's absolutely brutal. I mean, it's a tank which, I'm not going to lie, it could be fun to play. I mean, yeah, that was fun slapping that Conway there, but it's not fun to play against. And yeah, it's definitely not fun to play against. It's not fun when you're on the receiving end of those shots. So we're going to try and push up into middle. I've got to be a little bit careful because I'm somewhat unprotected here. You see, all our team are kind of pushing now into town, and yeah, there is like 3 tanks here. I've got to be a little bit careful because, like I say, I don't have much support. So we get our shot into light tank there, putting him onto half health, damaging one of his wheels. And I'm just trying to pull back. I just don't really want this light tank to get behind me. I'd like to try and take out the light tank, being that it's the only light tank in the game. So I'm looking for an opportunity. Now we're off our reload to see if we can get a shot in. We're trying to poke around for a shot here. As that happens, a Conway comes in here. Unfortunately, we don't pen that time, but we do hit him for just over 500 there, putting us on to just shy of 5000 damage. But again, our friendly team are pushing around into the town, but I don't have a lot of support in the middle. Enemy Swedish medium spotted there, full health. I'm still conscious that light tank is going to come behind me at some point. So I've got to be a little bit careful of that because there is 2 enemy teammates in the cap. I definitely know the light tank is there somewhere, probably looking for a way to get behind me. Enemy Swedish medium comes in. We do eat a shot. We do sort of slap him on the splash there, but at any point I'm thinking, oh, this light tank is going to come behind me. I'm trying to keep my frontal armour facing him for as best I can. Light tank does come in, so I am going to need to take out this light tank. Thankfully for us, that shot does go true, and we take out the enemy light tank, picking up a kill. And now it just leaves us to fight this enemy medium tank here. We don't really want him to get behind us, so we're trying to reverse back, just trying to keep the front armour facing him for as long as we possibly can. It does get a shot in here. Now I'm looking to try and pen this shot. Looking on waiting to get a better shot. He presents it, and we go for it. And we do full pen that UDIS there, putting us on to just shy or just over 7,000 damage and 3 kills. And we're taking a lot more control over this game now. It is 8 versus 4. It's just about getting as much damage as we can out of this game. We know there was a couple of mediums sort of spotted towards the hill where we were at the start of the game. So I'm trying to make my way over there, and we do spot an enemy Grill, who is actually Chisel, who is rear onto us. We do get a shot in because he stops. Unfortunately, we can't quite hit the rear of his tank. We do damage his engine, splashing him, putting us on to just shy of 8,000 damage there. Only 3 tanks remaining. We're coming around. E75 is spotted. I was just going to see if he's going to bounce off my spaced armour. He doesn't. He aims it properly. He does pen us, but we've got an opportunity to shoot this Chisel now. He does turn just at the wrong minute, so I wasn't able to full pen him there, but it does put us on to 8,000 damage with only 2 tanks remaining here. I'm hoping the other tank's healthy, and he is healthy at Pacheco, but I don't think he's going to last long. I'm just rushing here to try and get there to get that last shot of damage in, but he gets taken out before we're able to. And that brings us an end to replay number 2. So let's just get to the scoreboard and see how we did. We get 3 kills, 8,300 damage, the tiniest bit of assistance, 800 block, and we do pick up the ace tanker and the high caliber. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching. As always, your support has, it's been fantastic, and happy tanking.
Enemy in sight. Hadouken!